Mark Chitty and his team at Haunui Farm have combined a small but select roster of stallions with one of the finest broodmare bands in the Southern Hemisphere, and that's borne out through the success of this combination on the racetrack. Well, Mark, they're always fantastic drafts you produce at Haunui Farm for the Karaka yearling sales, but tell us about, what some of your successes have been over the last 12 months, because we've seen plenty of horses coming from Haunui doing really well.
The 12 months, Caroline's been, probably highlighted by Melody Bell. She's been a great stalwart. She's been twice Horse of the Year. She retired, but Bob Peters' horse, Western Empire, was born and raised on the farm before he went back to Perth to Bob's place. Crosshaven performing, and then we've got these young horses coming, Karaka and Field of Gold, two really good Derby prospects here going forward. So yeah, very, very exciting. Iffraaj has continued to do the job. We've had Ayrton, Western Empire, and then we've got a young horse like Bilardo starting to do a job. So yeah, good times.
Well, for 2022, we start with lot 37, the Ocean Park Valpolicella colt, and just a wonderful pedigree here. Valpolicella, an absolute blue hen. Vavasor, Villanova, she's produced both Group 2 winners. The three-quarter sister to this colt, Celebrity Dream, a Group 3 winner, and the full sister, Rondinella, a Sydney Cup runner-up. And Ocean Park, he just continues to be throwing tough, sound, resilient racehorses.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, he's a lovely horse, full brother to Rondinella. I just hope he can add to the pedigree. He's bred to, he's been a standout foal all the way through. The mare's done a wonderful job. Ocean Park, as you say, is getting these very good miler to 2,000 metre horses, colts and fillies, geldings, and we've got a lovely horse. I suppose the biggest thing is he's lot 37. He's early in the sale, and we're not quite sure how the sale will go, but he'll be a very good barometer for the whole of the draft.
Lot 61 by Snitzel from Expression. Now, we know Snitzel has followed Redout's Choice and his sire, Danehill, before as the greatest, breed-shaping stallions in Australia. The dam of this filly is an elite racehorse, winning twice at group level and third in the breed-shaping New Zealand 1,000 Guineas. This is only her first foal.
Yeah, it is. Expression, I raced with some very good mates of mine, Ian Renton. We met as 13-year-olds at King's College going into boarding. So this filly's got a bit of sentiment involved. Very lucky enough to go to Snitzel, when she retired. She was a really good race filly, well prepped by Guy Lowry in Hawke's Bay. And she's a lovely running type of filly. Just medium size, but that's probably all you would expect with a Snitzel out of a nice showcasing mare. It's the family of the Midnight family. Hardline won a Karaka Million, Jet Set Lad, go back to Perlin, Almodovar. It's been a really good group performing family, and hopefully the mare can continue to throw us fillies like this, but she's a really, potentially early running type by one of the great sires of Australasia and Snitzel.
And following on lot 190, we've gone from one of Australia's leading sires recently, of course, Snitzel, to Savabeel, who's been an incredible 7-time champion New Zealand sire. This filly is from Cutting Remark and is the half-sister to Spanish Whisper, winner of the CUNY Stakes, the Let's Elope and the Matamata Breeders' Stakes. She's a sister, the dam of this filly, to Silver Shadow Sweet Embrace Stakes winner Glow Lamp. So it's just a wonderful fillies family, and there are quite a few updates for this family too.
Yeah, absolutely, and you won't need to go past this filly. She's a beautiful, big, upstanding filly. We're honoured to be presenting her on behalf of Daniel Narkley. He's been a really good client of the farms. And Daniel, like Savabeel fillies, you need no more. Probabeel, the filly that the Perfect Pink who won the 1,000 Guineas. He's just, he's a great sire. Savabeel just continues to do it. She's a half-sister to a very good mare in Spanish Whisper. She won the Matamata Breeders' Stakes here and then went on through the Hayes stable to win those group races in Australia. She's a lovely quality filly, plenty of size and scope, and she's really fitted into our yearling preparation very, very well. And she's just a must-see filly in our draft.
Then we move on to lot 255. This is a colt by Justify from Floria. Of course, he'll be in the running for the Coolmore Red Ferrari if he can win one of the select races before any of the other Justify offspring. And this colt's from a wonderful race mare, Floria. She won the Brisbane Cup, the Summon, the Cuddle Stakes, and was placed in the Tats Tiara. So this fellow has a lot going for him.
Yeah, and he's the 17th of November foal, and he doesn't look it. He's quite mature. He's got a lot of Savabeel about him. And then he's got the Red Ferrari look with Justify. So, you know, I've got to thank Colm Sentry for this colt because, you know, the mare had missed to a couple of breedings to another stallion, and we all know Colm, and there was only one way she could go, Justify. First serve, late 5th of December, I think, and we've got a cracking colt. Floria was a wonderful mare. She's from the famed Soliloquy family, the Moore family, so well known here in New Zealand. The mare's 4th foal. And you know, he's a ripper and been very easy to prep, and probably with us having now the March sale, this horse is certainly going to benefit from that extra 6 weeks of preparation, given he's a 17th of November foal.
Next is lot 338 by Incanto from Joy of Life. This filly's by a stallion, of course, standing at Little Avondale Start. He's a great son of Winx's sire, Street Cry, and has done a great job with elite racetrack performers, Bonham, Lost and Running, and many more. And Joy of Life is by the great Savabeel from the family of Besame Mucho. And again, lots of updates on this page too.
Yeah, she's a wonderful filly. We are vending her on behalf of Barneswood Farm. Chris and Sarah Green and Gerb Beamsterber. This is the mare's 3rd foal. You know, she's a Savabeel mare out of an Encosta de Lago mare, and by Incanto, she's a crackerjack filly. Really like her. She's really improved as she's gone on through the prep. And you know, we've got to remember, you know, Incanto started as a $4,000 stallion, and you know, he's had the Group 1 mares like Santa Monica and Bonham. Went so close in the Telegraph with Rock and Horse. You know, this filly's a lovely filly, got a great temperament, beautiful physique, and from a wonderful family. So couldn't be more prouder to be offering her at Karaka.
And finally, lot 513 by Iffraaj from Quick Choice. Great to see a son of the gorgeous Iffraaj, who of course stood at Haunui and really has made his mark on world breeding through his sons Wootton Bassett, grandson Al Manzoor. The dam sire of this colt, Darcy Brahma, just goes from strength to strength with every year. And the dam of this colt's a half-sister to Geelong Classic winner Extra Choice.
Look, Caroline, you remember Don McLaren. You know, this is Don bought Benici off Jim Fleming from Tyrrell, raced her, and on Don's passing we were able to buy into the family. We raced Quick Choice, lovely first foal, and we had to have an Iffraaj. This is the last crop. You know, he came to us in 2008. He's done it the hard way, had the negatives in the market as stallions often do, and then he's come out on top, and you know, his influence is going to be felt, you know, for a long time through his broodmares and through his sire sons. And this is just a lovely colt from the great Bonanova family. You know, nice dark brown horse, handled preparation really, really well. And, you know, one of 2 or 3 Iffraaj colts that we'll be taking for the last time to Karaka.
Well, as you mentioned off the top, Melody Bell, your great product from Haunui, is retired now, so there's plenty of room for some of these yearlings to step up into her hoof prints, and really looking forward to seeing the Haunui draft go through the sales ring. And what's your feeling heading towards Karaka?
Well, all sales are met with trepidation. You know, we're moving from a traditional date to March. I think from a New Zealand horse perspective, that will be very well received. You know, we're dealing with COVID. You know, our great friends in Australia can't be there. It's, you know, as Brent Taylor would say, you know, yearling sales are a wine and food festival on steroids with horses involved. And, you know, we just don't get to have the whole package. But the most important thing is the horses. And I think Karaka, you know, is a must attend. You must. If you're thinking of buying yearlings for clients, you've got to look at the stock. It's just a shame that a lot of it's got to be done remotely, but like all the studs in New Zealand, we'll be doing our utmost to provide as much information as we possibly can to give the buying bench as much confidence to buy New Zealand.